Inferno greetings, everybody. It's me, and I've been doing some reflections on Thanksgiving and how we, in the United States, have gotten away from what Thanksgiving really was. It's not a big meal and a football game. It's not a big meal and a nap. Thanksgiving came about as a way for the white man to thank the Native Americans for helping them survive and learn how to farm, harvest the different animals and things so that they could survive. Because if it wasn't for the Native Americans, the white settlers would have all died the first winter. The Native Americans taught the white man how to smoke and cure meats. They taught them how to farm, or agriculture if you want to call it that. Even how to build shelters to survive the harsh winters in the northern states. But it's become a football game. It's become some bird cooked up and everybody just making up something to say that they're thankful for, and they don't really mean it. They just want to get on to eating and taking a nap and watching a football game. That's not Thanksgiving. And it's nothing Christian. It was just a way to say thank you to Native Americans for everything they did for the white man. And the white man turned around and tried to commit genocide. They stole all the land from the Native Americans, and they went on a execution run. Either they executed them or they put the Indians on a reservation, and the reservations were in forsaken lands where the Indians were supposed to die off. Then they tried to give the Indians chicken pox, which wiped out a big population of the Indians, and a few other diseases that weren't indigenous to the Native Americans. That's how they got thanked for helping the white man get a foothold in this country. The Indians get blamed for scalping. Indians didn't start scalping. That was a bounty put on Indians' heads, and instead of carrying the bodies in, the trappers that would go for the bounty on the Native American heads would take a little piece of the scalp. The Indians scalped, but they were only scalping back for what was done to them and all their people that were scalped. They killed white people, and all they were doing was trying to protect what was theirs. But regardless of the barbaric treatment that the Native Americans were given, every treaty that's been brokered with the Native Americans, white man has broken. And then when you get the American Indian Movement, or AIM, they're called terrorists. Why? Because they're defending their property and their rights. They're terrorists. Okay, whatever. But that would be the way the white man's government has dealt with the Native Americans throughout history. But you know, we have Columbus Day, we have St. Patrick's Day, we have Martin Luther King Day, we have President's Day, but the most important people have been overlooked, and they've been forgotten. If we have those days, then why is it not right and fair and just to not have a Native American Day? If it wasn't for them, white people wouldn't be in this country. Well, they'd probably be here now, but they wouldn't have gotten a foothold back in the day and going on their barbaric slaughter of Native Americans. So let's go back to what the Thanksgiving really was. Only the Native Americans that came to the first Thanksgiving when the white man was thanking them had no idea that the white man was smiling in their face while they were pushing the knife in their backs. So it's only fair and just that there be a Native American Day. So the people who live in the United States and see this, I don't care what religious background you have or no religion, whatever. The right thing to do is, since we have all these other days for this and days for that, is to honor the Native Americans and have a Native American Day. So if you're looking at this, I don't care what background you have, what race you are, what religion you have, what orientation you are. Isn't it time to do the right thing? Call your congressmen and your senators and demand that the important people are finally recognized and honored. After all, the United States government went on a extermination campaign, but the Native Americans thrived. They survived. Their resourcefulness that they tried to teach the white people is what made them thrive. So now it's time we all demand the right thing and the fair thing. If we can't have a Native American Day, then we don't need to have a Columbus Day. We don't need to have a St. Patrick's Day. We don't need to have a Martin Luther King Day or any other day recognizing any one group. And that includes President's Day. I don't care what special day it is. It shouldn't be there unless the Indians are recognized. So call your senators, call your congressmen, and demand that the Native Americans finally have some type of honor within the United States instead of the white man looking down upon them. They're still human. You cut a Native American, they're going to bleed red just like you. So, do the right thing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call and demand that a special day be set aside for them as well. Let's get the Native American Day put on the calendar, or take the other special days away. That is showing partiality. If they were not recognized, because the settlers, the barbarians, would not have been able to survive without them. Give them their just dues and put them in on that calendar with their day. A day of pride for them. Until the next time, hail Satan, hail thyself, blessed be.
I was born ready, motherfucker.
Yo. It's the feast of the blood with sin. Unleash the beast within. I walk around with the strength of 100 men. You best look right before I count to 10. Blood dripping from my canine like a fountain pen.
I was born ready, motherfucker.